building on the momentum of a strong debate performance last week, Marco Rubio takes a big leap in New Hampshire, support tripling there following the debate. Rubio also picking up his first endorsement from one of his Senate colleagues, freshman Cory Gardner, the Colorado Republican, joining us on New Day this morning. He's explaining why he's throwing his support behind Rubio. Senator, good to have you on New Day. Why Rubio? Why not Jeb? Why not Trump? Now he's coming after you.
Well, I think Marco Rubio represents the best opportunity for the future. He's somebody who understands that, as I did in my campaign, that this race is about someone who's going to be accountable to the next generation. There's a lot of people in this campaign who understand the past. There's a lot of people, especially Hillary Clinton, who understands the economies and the politics of old, but they don't understand the future, and that's what this race is about.
So, Senator, I am older than you are, so I will play the aged masses that don't like you young upstarts. Why is age enough for Marco Rubio? What do you point to that shows that he is future-minded in terms of seeing a way that you don't see right now from the current state?
Well, if you look at his work on the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, he's been at the forefront of every foreign relations battle that we've had, making sure that we have strong policies from this president, a strategy in the Middle East that we have lacked. He's somebody who really has led the fight on human rights issues around the globe. In fact, I'm working with him in recent days on a North Korea sanctions bill to help shine a light on the atrocious record that North Korea has committing crimes against its own people. That's something that Marco Rubio has stood for. He's released economic plans, his tax plan. He's somebody the challenges that college students face. In fact, when it comes to student loan debt, he entered the United States Senate facing some of the same challenges that college students around the country have right now. So everyday Americans, the people around this country who are struggling to make ends meet, Marco Rubio understands what it is to fight for them, and he understands what it's going to take to fight for them, and I don't think Hillary Clinton has that ability.
So, Senator, you support him. Now you must defend him against the attacks that come in the main. The first one is an issue that is central to you. You believe in a path to citizenship. It's part of your immigration stance. Marco Rubio gets criticized for having moved back and forth. He was against amnesty, then he cut the deal with the Gang of Eight. Now he seems to be against that deal. Now he says maybe there's a path. It shows a lack of consistency that may play to pandering and not the kind of thorough leadership and idealism we need in a president.
I think what every person in this country understands is that we have a broken immigration system. And whoever is going to be the nominee from the Republican Party, and I hope that's Marco Rubio, is going to have to address this. And that's something that everybody acknowledges. It doesn't matter what town meeting I go to. The most ardent of opposition to immigration reform are the most in support of immigration reform. When we talk about the need for a secure border, when we talk about the need for a guest worker program, because you can't have a secure border without a guest worker program, they understand that that's something we're going to take. Even those people who oppose immigration reform understand that we have to have.
But do you know where the senator stands on it with confidence that you know what he would do once he gets into office?
Well, he's going to address our problems in this country. One of the challenges that we have right now with President Obama, and one of the challenges that we would have with a third term of the Obama presidency under Hillary Clinton, is the fact that they've destroyed the trust with Congress when it comes to this very issue. I think when we have a Republican in office and we can actually restore that trust with Congress, we're going to have an amazing opportunity to find solutions that have been so difficult to achieve over the past 6-7 years.
Respond to this criticism from none other than poll leader Donald Trump.
He's a highly overrated person. I've called him a lightweight. I think he's a lightweight. It's just how handsome he is, how good. I don't know. I think I'm better looking than he is. Am I better looking than him? So no, but they're talking about he's so handsome. He's so wonderful. Another thing I didn't like about him, and I don't like about him, he should have been more loyal to Bush.
Now, first of all, I know you're dying to answer whether or not you think Donald Trump is more handsome than Marco Rubio, but I will not give you a chance to deal with that criticism, saving us both a little bit of bad, raw taste in the mouth. The idea of loyalty to Bush, the idea of being overrated, being an upstart, what is your response of your choice, Senator Rubio?
Well, I think the American people aren't looking for loyalty amongst candidates to other candidates. What the American people are looking for is loyalty to the American people. The fact is the American people over the past several years have watched their incomes decline. They've watched their health care costs increase. They've seen more and more people leave the workforce because they can't find the kind of work that they're hoping to find and secure. And so what they're going to see in Marco Rubio is somebody who understands how to grow the economy, how to get people back into those high-paying jobs by reducing the regulatory burden on the American people. He understands what it's going to take to grow family opportunity, and that's really why ultimately it's not going to come down to the insider games about whether the debate rules are right. It's not going to come down to the insider games of whether or not this candidate likes that candidate or who's better looking than who. It's going to come down to the American people, and whether the American people believe that Marco Rubio understands what it's going to take to give our friends around the globe the trust that they once had in the strength of the United States. Whether we have a president who has the maturity and the temperament to lead this nation through some of the greatest challenges that we've ever faced. And I believe that's Marco Rubio, the next president of the United States, I hope.
Senator Cory Gardner, appreciate having you on New Day. Please come back again. We talk issues all the time here, and appreciate you coming out and defending Senator Rubio and not discussing his looks.
Thanks for having me.